Hi guys, this video is about levels of organization, and we're also going to be talking about organ systems. There's a separate video for organ systems, but while we're going through this video, I want you to kind of review in your head what each organ system does. So keep that in the back of your mind so that you can get better at the organ systems and their functions as well. Okay, so the levels of organization is like how living things are built. And the smallest unit of a living thing would be a cell. So here we're looking at the digestive system. So here's a cell from the digestive system. Maybe it's from like the stomach or something. It's probably a muscle cell, right? And then that makes up tissue. Tissue is just a whole bunch of cells working together. So you can kind of see in this picture, but I'm going to draw a different one of a bunch of muscle cells all working together. Whoops. Okay, so that would be tissue. It'd be muscle tissue in your stomach. And then a bunch of tissues working together makes an organ, like your stomach. And then a bunch of organs working together makes up an organ system, like your digestive system, right? It's made of your stomach and your intestines and your mouth and your esophagus, right? All those organs make up the digestive system. And then multiple systems working together makes up the organism. So that's the whole body, like the human or the turtle or a bush. Those are all organisms, the whole entire body of the thing, right? So in every organ system, the levels of organization are going to be cell, tissue, organ system, and then organism. Sometimes it's easy for me to remember if I think of setoso. So the C is for cell, tissue, organ, system, organism. So if that helps you, you can think of it that way. If it doesn't help you, then don't worry about it, but some of my students find that helpful. Okay, so let's talk about the levels of organization of the circulatory system. This is the exact same. So it's, remember setoso? So the C stands for cell. So the circulatory system is made of cells. In this case, these are cardiac muscle cells. That means the muscle cells of your heart. And then cells working together make a tissue. So here we have cardiac tissue. Tissues working together make an organ. In this case, it would be the heart is the organ. A bunch of organs working together makes a system. In this case, it would be the circulatory system. So the heart and the veins and arteries leading throughout the body's tissues because they have to transport things, right? And then a bunch of systems working together, so like the digestive system, the circulatory system, the muscular system, that makes up an organism, which is the whole body, the whole human or turtle or fish or tree or whatever, right? And the circulatory system, if you remember, it transports things. So it transports oxygen and nutrients to your cells in your whole body. And then it also transports waste to be gotten rid of, right? So circulatory system transports things. It's like a highway. But what I like about this picture is it shows even smaller levels of organization. Now this isn't something you have to know, but look at, if we go backwards from cells, cells are made of molecules like this DNA. And molecules are made of atoms, which we learned about earlier in the year, right? So there are actually more levels of organization, like you could keep going, but we just focus in 7th grade, we just focus on setoso, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and organisms. Let's take a look at another system. If I can find my mouse. Here we go. The respiratory system. And it's going to have the same levels of organization that we already have talked about. Cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and organism. So we've got the cells. This is what an epithelial lung cell looks like. A bunch of cells working together makes tissue inside your lungs. A bunch of tissues working together makes an organ, in this case your lungs. A bunch of organs working together makes an organ system, in this case your respiratory system. And then of course a bunch of systems working together makes up the whole body, the organism, right? And then just to remember what the respiratory system does is it takes in oxygen and gets rid of carbon dioxide, right? Okay, next system is the nervous system. So the function of the nervous system is to send signals, right? The reason I'm able to talk right now is because my brain is deciding what to say and then sending signals to the muscles in my diaphragm, which helps with my lungs, breathing in, right? And to my vocal cords. So my nervous system is allowing me to talk right now because it's sending signals to my muscles to tell me what to say, right? So that's the function of the nervous system. But let's do the levels of organization. It's the same as before, satoso. So we've got cell, there's a nerve cell, and then tissue, a bunch of nerve cells working together. Then a bunch of tissues working together makes an organ, in this case your brain, and then a bunch of organs working together makes up a system, the nervous system, which has nerves spreading throughout your whole body. So your brain sends signals to all the muscles in your body to tell them what to do, right? And then a bunch of systems working together makes an organism, in this case a human, but it could also be a fish or a bug or whatever, right? Okay, next system. Muscular system, and this one follows the exact same levels of organization: cell, tissue, organ, organ system, and organism. So first we have a muscle cell, and this is a really fuzzy picture, but here we've got a muscle cell, and then a bunch of muscle cells work together to make muscle tissue, right? So this is like a bundle of muscle cells all working together. And then a bunch of tissue working together as an organ, like this muscle, like maybe your bicep muscle would be an organ. And organs working together make a system, in this case, the muscular system. And you already know a bunch of systems working together makes an organism, which would be like the whole person, right? And remember, the function of the muscular system is to move the body. And then it also, there's muscles in your heart and there's muscles in your stomach. So it moves things in the body. Skeletal system. Skeletal system provides structure and support. So you've got like a rib cage to protect a lot of your organs, a lot of your really important organs. And then also we would just flop onto the ground if we didn't have the structure of our skeleton. So it's structure and support is its function. And it's got cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and organisms. So here is a bone cell. And a bunch of cells working together makes tissue, in this case skeletal tissue. A bunch of tissues working together makes an organ, which is a bone in this case. And then a bunch of organs working together make a skeletal system. A bunch of systems working together, like the skeletal system and the muscular system, etc., makes up the whole human. I'm sure you're getting the hang of it by now. And I think this is our last one, the excretory system. The function of the excretory system is to filter your blood and then get rid of waste. And a big part of it is your kidneys. And people whose kidneys don't work, they can get blood poisoning because they can't filter their blood and all of the bad stuff stays in their blood and they can't get rid of it, and they can't get rid of it as waste. So this also follows satoso. So we've got a muscle cell, a bunch of cells working together make a tissue, in this case muscle tissue. A bunch of tissues working together make an organ, in this case the bladder. A bunch of organs working together make an organ system, and in this case the excretory system. And then a bunch of systems working together make an organism, which is, whoa, I'm having issues with my stylus. Organism, which is the whole person, right? So cell, tissue, organ, organ system, and organism. So hopefully that was helpful. Oh, and here are my image sources. Good luck on the test.